Okay, in this video we will look at another example, another waveform. So this waveform is a non-sinusoidal waveform, and it is a periodic signal or periodic waveform, meaning that the waveform repeats itself. So in this case, we can see that the pattern or the signal or the waveform repeats, from here to here, and then again from here to here for every 6 seconds. Alright, so it's 6 seconds, so this is the period or the t. Alright, so let's determine the Fourier series for this waveform. Okay, so the easiest way to start is by writing down the Fourier series equation. So Fourier series of the waveform ft is equals to a0 plus summation of a cos n omega naught t plus bn sin n omega naught t. Alright, so we have the component DC component and we have the AC component. So now once we have written the equation, what we need to do is we need to solve for A0, solve for AN, solve for BN, and also solve for omega naught as well. So what is omega naught? Alright, omega naught is 2 pi over t, and in this case t is 6 seconds, so 2 pi over 6 of pi over 3. Right, now let's start with A0. So what is the equation for A0? Right, A0 is 1 over t, integration from 0 to t, ft dt. Okay, so we know t is 6. Now we need to know what is ft. So ft is the piecewise function of the waveform. So what is the piecewise function of the waveform? Let's write down here. So ft, okay, not to mistaken ft here with ft here. Alright, so ft here is the piecewise function. Alright, so piecewise function for this waveform is 1 from -1 to 1. Okay, 1 for -1 to 1. Okay, and then 0 from 1 to 5. So 0 from 1 to 5. So this is the piecewise function for the waveform. Now we can use this to calculate for A0. Right, so 1 over 6, 0 to 6 right? And then what is ft? Ft is sorry, hang on. So ft is 1 dt, but this is from -1 to 1. Okay, so 1/6. So we got t integration of 1, so we got t. So here we got t is 1 minus -1. So we got 2/3. So yep, yeah, right. So integration of 1, we got t, and then to t we replace 1 and -1, 1 minus -1. Then we got 2/6, right? 2/6, so 1/3, right? Now next is we need to find an. An. So what is an? An is 2/t. Alright, integration from 0 to t. ft cos n omega dot t dt. Alright. Okay, so before I do that, so this ft here, remember the ft is this complete piecewise function 1 and 0 as well, but since the second component is 0, so we don't need to calculate for the 0, we just need to calculate for 1. Alright, so in case you got a different waveform in which the second component may be -1 or different value, not 0, so you have to calculate the second part of the integration. Alright, so 1 is from -1 to 1, and in case for different signal, the different signal got value for the second part, then you have to continue for the second part. Alright, in this case just 1. Alright, so same thing here. Alright, same thing here. So 2/6 integration from -1 to 1. ft is 1, right? Cos n omega naught t dt. Alright, so here integration of cos, we will get sine n omega naught t over n omega naught, and integration from -1 to 1, right? And then sine n omega naught over n omega naught, right, minus sine n omega naught. So here we got 1, right, because of this, and omega naught. Alright, so this we can take it out. 3 and omega naught. We've got here as a sine and omega naught minus sine n omega naught negative 1. Right, so since sine negative a, for example, is equal to sine a, so we'll take this out here. Alright, so now we get sin and omega naught minus sin and omega naught. Right, so now this will become plus, and then we get 2 sine. So an now is 2 sine and omega naught over 3n omega naught. So that is an. That is for an. Alright, now let's next is b. Alright, so now we have solved for an, we have solved for a naught, an, and now let's find for bn. Alright, so bn, what's the equation? Bn is 2 over t integration from 0 to t ft sine and omega naught t dt. Alright, so let's continue with including the piecewise function. So t is 6, and then ft is negative 1 to 1, and then so that's 1 sine and omega naught t dt. Alright, so next is we need to integrate sine. So we got cos, negative cos, and omega naught t over n omega naught. Right, from negative 1 to 1. Right, so 1 over 3 negative cos n omega naught 1 minus cos n omega naught minus 1. So that is n. Right, okay, but now here we know that cos negative a is equals to cos a. Alright, it's the same. So here you can simplify with n omega naught minus this one will become like this. So and this will become plus. Alright, cos, okay, this will turn to positive. Right, so that's it. Come like that. Now we can actually cancel this. So now we get that for bn it is 0. Okay, so now we can finish the Fourier waveform, Fourier series representation of the waveform. Alright, so what is A naught? A naught is 1 over 3 plus infinity an, and we know here is 2 sine n omega naught 3n omega naught sine n omega naught over 3n omega naught, right? And what is an multiply with cos n omega naught t, cos n omega naught t. So there's no component for Vn, right? So just this. So Ft is 1 over 3 plus from 1 to infinity, or we can actually take this out, alright. Take this out, this and this and this, right? 2 over 3 omega naught right. So we now got sine n omega naught cos n omega naught t over over n, right, over n. So of course the final answer we must have the t, alright, because it's still f of t, function of t. So the function must still have that t component here, alright. And then n, we keep it inside the bracket because n will change from 1 to infinity, right? And then don't forget our omega naught, which is pi over 3. So finally Ft is 1 over 3 plus pi over 3, right? Right, sine n pi over 3 cos n pi over 3t over n, right? So that's it.